This is ace reporter Quinzel Washington coming live to you from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where I have the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to interview a little-known YouTuber. Her name is Caasi, and I'm going to ask her 20 questions about her dreadlocks. Now say hello to the people. Hey everybody, it's Caasi back again. Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Good, then let's get this shit started. Now we all want to know, how old are your dreadlocks? My locks are 4 years and 3 months old. They will be 4 years and 4 months on April 10th. What method did you use to start your dreadlocks? My locks were started with 2-strand twists. Do you remember the specific moment you decided you were going to lock your hair? I don't, honestly. I remember the general feeling of wanting to be in control of my hair, but I don't remember the point when I was like, I want locks. Like, I really don't. My best friend says that actually at some point I said I would never lock my hair because it was too permanent. I don't have a recollection of that. I don't really believe her, but it's possible. So I don't remember the moment I decided to lock my hair, no. Interesting. How many locks do you have currently? Is it the same number you started with? I have between 70 and 80 dreads, 70 something. Have never counted them. Maybe I will one day. But it's not the same number I started with because I have combined some, so it's a little less. What are the lengths of your longest and shortest locks? I don't know the length of my longest lock. I think it's kind of bullshit when people pretend they do, when they just grab the one at the bottom and they're like, oh, it's this one. It's like, no, that's the one that's at the bottom of your head, so it creeps down more. That doesn't mean it's the longest one. I don't know which one is the longest. It's probably one of my bangs or something, but I have no idea. The shortest one, though, is my baby. It's 7 or 8 months old. It's definitely shorter than all the rest of them. You can't really see it because it's wrapped up in yarn right now, plus it's tied back, so you can't really see it, but that's my shortest one. Do you have any locks that are especially unique, strange, or awesome? Yeah, I do. Yeah, on either side of my head I have a 3-headed dragon. They're like right across from each other, and hope you can see their 3 heads. They're my only 3-headed dragons, and I think they're pretty cool. Also, at the top of my head, I know my locks are pretty thick in general, but at the top of my head is like my super thick crew, and that would be these 3 right here. These are my thickest locks, and they're at the top of my head, and they like to hang out and be thick and stuff. There's one on the back of my head. It is this one. And this lock formed all by itself. Like, this was a patch of hair that whenever I retwisted my hair in the beginning, it would never stay twisted. It would always just be this loose patch of hair in my head. Until one day I felt it and I was like, oh snap, that patch of hair is locking. And it was always shorter than the rest of them because it formed all on its own. And now it's thriving and beautiful, and I love it so much. So that one's special and unique too. Fascinating. How often do you wash your locks? I wash my hair at least once a month, usually more like 2 or 3 times a month. What shampoo or other products do you use on your locks? Right now I'm using Aussie Moist shampoo and like cleansing men conditioner. I use dishwashing liquid, Dawn, the blue kind. Just got some coconut oil. Been using Africa's Best herbal oil, Affigy, 2-minute protein treatment, vinegar, baking soda, sea salt water, that whole mixture. Yeah, that's about it. Do you do any regular maintenance on your locks? Not really. I usually twist them whenever it comes over me, and it's coming over me less and less, honestly. I really hate the freshly retwisted look. Like, it's not me at all. So I'm thinking about stopping altogether, really, but we'll see. What are your favorite beads or other decorations? My favorite decoration is, at this point, yarn, colorful yarn, like this right here. I love it. It's bright and beautiful and easy to do, and yeah, it's my favorite thing right now. I don't have any beads or anything yet, so that might change, but yarn is my favorite right now. Have any employers ever turned you down because of your locks? Have any ever wanted you specifically because of them? I don't know of any employers ever turning me down for locks, but no one has ever wanted me specifically for my locks. Have you ever had a freak accident or embarrassing moment involving your locks? Well, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I have lit my locks on fire while smoking, and I've done that more than once actually. And an embarrassing moment once there was like a big ass leaf stuck to the back of my head for a couple hours and nobody said anything for a couple hours. So that was pretty embarrassing. Yeah. What's the weirdest, dumbest, funniest, or most common question you've gotten about your locks? I don't really get a lot of weird, dumb, or funny questions about my hair. The most common question I get is, how'd you get them so thick? And I guess the second most common question I get would be, how do you wash them? But I don't get any like kooky crazy questions or anything. I mean, mainly I just get compliments, so that's nice. But yeah, not a lot of ridiculous questions thrown my way, so womp. How many people do you personally know with dreadlocks? Personally, like people I could call friends or acquaintances, I know 2 people with locks. 2. That number, of course, expands and grows if you want to talk about people I've had classes with or friends of friends and stuff like that with locks. Like, there's more of those, but if you want to talk about, like, people I know, there's just 2. Do you have any locked role models? Who are they? Toni Morrison, probably, but not because of her hair. It's because of her amazing influence and her body of work and her talent and her intelligence. Plus, she has really awesome locks. If you want to talk about locked role models, Toni Morrison, man. If you want to talk about people who I idolize strictly because of their hair, don't really have them. Don't really like to do that. I think it's kind of strange. Sorry. Is there anything else unique about your appearance besides your locks? Well, I have an eyebrow ring and a nose ring, and I recently got a second piercing in my ears. The way I dress might be unique because the way people look at me when I go out in the world, it must be. But hey, I'm cool with that. I think my face is kind of weird. Not in a bad way, but I think I have a kind of distinct face. You know how everyone has a twin? I have yet to see my twin in the world, so I kind of feel like my face is unique. If you could start a new set of locks, what would you do differently? I would start them all at the same thickness. I'm generally known as a person with thick locks. Not all my locks are thick. Some of them are regular size, and some of them are thin even. Even though they all seem pretty healthy right now, I do worry about the health of my thinner locks down the road, like years and years from now. So I kind of wish they were all as thick as my thickest ones, so I wouldn't worry about them so much. But, no biggie. I still love them. What locked YouTubers could you see yourself hanging out with in real life? Now this is kind of tough because I don't really watch a lot of locked people on YouTube anymore, just because I don't really need the tips and tricks and stuff anymore. But, Quotidian Light, definitely, because I love her so much. And I don't know, I'm down to meet anybody, really. If your locks had their own personal motto, what would it be? Stick together. Now that's one to think about. And last but not least, who do you think should be the next person to answer these questions? The people want to know. I think the next person who should answer these questions should be anybody who wants to, so feel free. I would like to thank Caasi for being on with us and answering these questions. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and tune in next time when I will go to the forest and see, does a bear really shit in the woods? This is Quinzel Washington signing out. Bye.